Oh, I forgot I had Fibonacci muted. Hold on. This is a new playlist.
Bunga bunga. I'm back. Had to grab the notebook.
The hit movie, The Notebook?
No. It sucked. No. The good notebook full of useful information about. Oh. Okay, 1 second.
People, this turned to slabs. Hold on.
Oh,
We've passed the 20 session
second.
mark. Woo!
so are we all here? Are we all ready to begin?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, with that being said, I think it's high time we jump into the recap. Ugh. So, last time on Garfield,
Say something better.
we had a wonderful further foray into Fellwinters. We explored further into topics such as Arkfey and the Keeper of the Depths, where we discover that Yveld is still a giddy little cultist.
You can't be a cultist if there's no cult.
Not yet.
There's not gonna be one. No, not happening.
Now,
She's fanatical. She's not a cultist.
right, zealot, fanatic, whatever. So, we continued on with meeting a halfling or gnome, it's still unclear, in the alcoves of Fellwinter's College, offering you numerous potions for a substantial amount of gold. We made our way from there to Kimoros, where Yveld copied down several spells, learned that Kimoros has her own way of categorizing if a spell is harmful or not to the user. Little weird family tradition. And got told, hey, don't be basic, personalize your spells. Which is fair. Everyone should personalize their spells. Now, apart from that, we explored a little bit more of Fellwinters itself. 1 second, please. Sorry. So, we explored a little bit more of Fellwinters that I forgot to mention. And when Yveld left the library after the whole Eldritch horror section,
It's all good. It's all fine. Nothing to worry about.
construct Autocrates stared at her on the way out. Now, we made our way off into the Dreamland, where Owen and Oswald had a interesting, if long-winded, conversation. Kind of boiled down to, you're going to do what I want you to do, and stay away from my kids. Because in essence, that's kind of what the conversation was. We did learn that while he was monologuing, O's hands, which were once just metal fingertips, are now fully metal fingers. And they looked pretty real. They didn't look like like little, place-ons. When we awoke, Vel had a letter waiting for her at the door from her father.
Yes.
And that's really about it. Is there any questions?
Then from me.
None that you'll be able to answer out of game.
Without further ado, we'll jump into the next session. So, we open back up into the Celestine, where just outside the door is the attendant from the previous night's holding out the letter to you, Yveld, still covered in that kind of stained glass mask helmet covering, for lack of a better term. Just holding out expectantly to you, waiting for you to grasp it. And as your hand catches the door handle, pulling it open, and realize it's a letter, you quickly realize the only letter you've sent to someone recently has been your dad, so it's probably who it's from.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to take the letter and go back into the room.
Absolutely. So as you turn away, they just turn in silence and just drift off back down the stairs.
What a weird guy. Yeah, Yvelda's just tearing into this thing carefully, but still, actually, no, Yvelda taken out her the little knife that she uses as a letter opener and is gonna use that to cut open the envelope. Is it an envelope or is it just folded?
Oh, it's an envelope.
Yeah.
It's a long, long sheet of paper, and then you look and you realize that it's been magically stuck together at the base, so it can fit an extension part.
All right, let's see what this is all about. And yeah, I'm gonna read the letter.
All right, well, it's in your DMs, so because it is a long one.
I'm gonna post it after the session, guys.
But yes, as you read further and further into it, eyebrows raising all the more, you realize at the base of it that there are slight indentations where there shouldn't be. Some of the lettering is noticeably thicker, if only slightly, than the previous ones. Some letters are crossed out and the actual word itself continues. Your dad isn't the kind to make those kinds of mistakes.
Alright, okay. Could I roll an intelligence check of some sorts?
Absolutely.
See what
I would say
this might
investigation.
be? Okay. Yeah, I'm good at investigation. That's a D12. I just rolled a fucking D12. I don't know why I did that.
Well, we're taking the D12 roll.
No!
No.
There we go. That's a 16 plus 7. To a total of 23.
Essentially, the lettering all comes out to a very, very basic code. Essentially stuff that you and your dad shared when you were a lot younger, before you'd left home. And reads as follows. 1 second, I gotta flip my page back over. Invisible ink, bottom of page.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And you think for a second, magical? Then you realize, no, it's probably like lemon juice and shit. You don't know.
Yeah. He doesn't do that magical bullshit. He wouldn't do that. Yeah, okay. Are there any candles in this room?
Certainly, there's multitude of them.
Yeah, I'm going to light a candle with prestidigitation. Very carefully hold it under the part.
And slowly revealed the words as follows. Events took place in Comering, cannot give financial aid, had to put retainers on indefinite leave. Search for the Raxidine Project, play that takes place in the abandoned theater in the Tarhans district. However, more than likely, place went under during Nerevar's reconstruction in the early Third Era. Probably 5.2 miles away from the river line, given that due to graviturgy experiments that took place within the Storm Giant's penitentiary. 3 miles down, so roughly 6 miles at a diagonal going down from the river line, head relatively straight, they'll get there. I love you, stay safe please, I love you.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're all just gonna. Is Oswald still asleep at this point?
I don't know, am I?
You're the fucking character, don't ask me.
Oh.
Oh, I guess I'll wake up then. Guess I'll awaken from my slumber.
Theater. Sorry.
It's not as if you were kept, asleep magically. You wake up like a normal person. Well, normal is relative in this case with this party.
Imagine needing to sleep. Imagine unconsciousness. Nah. Yeah, Yveld is avidly just writing down stuff from the letter, in a notebook, and it actually takes her a while to notice that Oswald's awake.
Which is funny considering he's writing in his own notes.
Literally just two unaware idiots, like just just chilling. But eventually, she does look up and just goes, "Oh, hi Oswald. Okay, so I have good news. I got a letter. So remember how I said that I would ask my father in regards to your whole situation, because he doesn't really work with that kind of thing, but he probably knows people who do. Got a response, kind of shakes the letter in the air a bit. It's there's a lot in here.
Yes, he's kind of like got a bit of a dry mouth. He says, I had another one of those dreams.
Oh dear, is it? How bad was it?
I didn't gain much of substance, but I hope it was a slip up when he mentioned that something's in the catacombs. He made it
Oh.
sound threatening.
It's interesting you mention those. He's written quite a lot, but and um I have my reasons to be slightly concerned now, but other than that, it's more so that well, specifically, he says that we could have. Have you ever heard of something called the Rexidine Project? He mentions that and mentions that it's underground current.
Damn, have I ever heard what the fuck that is?
Well, have you ever took an interest in plays?
Nah,
Then nope.
I can't say I know what you're talking about.
He mentions in regards to your entire situation, um, that well, there is this theater apparently that went underground. That is essentially current in the under Nerevar. I'm assuming the way we get there is through the catacombs. He says that it's about 6 miles diagonal from the river line. We'll probably figure out a way to get in there, but assumedly if it is in the would I know if there's like anywhere potential entrances to the catacombs are?
Sorry, I was chewing.
It's fine. No one's don't. It's cool, dude.
I would say roll me
Chew
a
on
history check
this.
with disadvantage because you've never come to Nerevar before.
Yeah, that's fair.
Andros
Yeah,
would know
that's a
because Andros
nice-
is going to lead you there.
Andros is currently
True.
not in the room with us. Andros is, I don't know, sleeping or something. I don't fucking know. That's a 12 plus 7, 19.
Given that the city is this large, there are probably a multitude of them. Assumedly though, the Tarhans, also given the, fuck me, okay.
Take your
Given the
time.
actual geography of Nerevar, the Tarhans is a prominent region which kind of comes in at a slight valley, almost. So, assumedly, a lot of drain works used to be there, and various, I forget the words I'm looking for here, sewer entrances and the like. However, we're talking about catacombs here, not just sewers. So, but that's kind of what you roughly get. That there's probably a lot of them. Most of them would probably originate from the Tarhans. You could probably find some around Upper Waterside, but you'd have to look very hard. And be a local, most likely. This place is huge. I don't want to ever understate that. Nerevar is large.
I don't exactly recall. I've
But
not
you
been...
do know that Andros is the one that said, "Hey, we're gonna go to the Tarhans if you want to come. I'll pay you for the
I'll
reward."
pay you a shit ton.
Money or investigation?
Don't be a bitch. Take the money.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I mean, as much as I do want to get your thing figured out as soon as possible, given the potential urgency of the whole matter. We did promise Andros that we would help him out in the tar hands. And he did
Right.
promise to pay us.
Yes, that's right. Then that should be done first. Smile.
Sorry, but yeah, actually, we didn't ask him what room he was staying in. Is he even staying in the Celestine?
I believed he was.
I don't know.
Hmm?
You both left before I did, so I don't know. Um. Evel's gonna actually like go kind of start getting her things in order and say, either way, I don't know. I hope we will be able to meet up somewhere. Um. I hopefully he rests. I mean, I don't know. Is he staying here? Did he say anything in regards to that?
I don't recall.
Well, hope going to meet up back up again because with the price of these spell scrolls, I'm going to need the money.
Andros is just gone forever. Name change.
Bye bye, boy.
You guys see a new Sorcerer Bard combo. Different name, though.
Different name. Fully different build. I've just changed.
No. Same, like, different build, but exact same outfit and voice, just different name.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's mixing. Go to Andros. There we go.
But yes, Eva kind of finishes packing up their things. Either way, I'm going to head to the main area thing. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to meet up there. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Eva's just gonna head down there.
And Andros, what music greets Yvelde as she comes down the stairs?
A very soft, sort of gentle, like ballad from the violin. I do be rolling this performance check. That's a natural 20 for a 31.
31. It's a good thing that
Yeah.
Lunar sat across me so he can hear me. So, the thing that I want to ask then, with a 31, how would you describe the emotion you're trying to give off? Or is it just meant to be a pleasant piece?
It's honestly conveying a bit of a beautiful blend of confusion and heartbreak.
Lovely start to the morning.
Yeah.
You can increase that 7 GP and double it. So
Hell
13
yeah.
GP gain. And you look as Andros plays away at the violin. I don't know how violins are really, like, how to describe them being played. So,
Carefully.
look there,
They're just played
and with reckless abandon,
with
much like the
fiendish
fiddler
vigor.
on the roof. Andros plays away at the violin, and you watch as there's a decent sum of money at his feet. Decent in the sense that that's probably decent for anywhere that is not upper waterside.
Yvelda's
And most folks
gonna-
seem to be pleasantly like surprised and into it. But you do see there's one drunkard crying in the corner.
Naturally. It happens all the time.
There's always that one guy. Yeah. Yvelda's gonna like wave, kind of like trying to see if like they don't want to distract Andrews from like performing, but just is gonna try to get like his attention, and then is just gonna stand nearby, and is gonna wait for him to finish. Yvelda does not interrupt performances. You all respect street artists.
It is not long before he finishes. He does play with his eyes closed, though. He is fully like into his music when he performs.
Hi. I was kind of actually worried that we wouldn't be able to find you again because you didn't tell us where you were staying, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't. I forgot to ask.
I forgot a room number. I don't remember.
You are so underwater right now, dude.
No,
Once in
I
a
was-
lifetime.
Hello.
This just gives me a reason to eat more chips.
Anya, do you hear me? You're very underwater.
I'm trying to find my room number. Hold on.
Same
Oh.
as it ever was.
You found it.
Same as it ever was.
Oh. Hello.
Hello?
There we go.
There
Hear
we
you.
go.
Yippee. But yes. If you're ready to go, we're ready to go as well. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's a whole immersion first thing, we probably should not be putting it off for longer than we already had to because Tarhan's were apparently just closed for renovation or something. Does that happen often? That's
Not really. No. But before we go, I am going to grab a drink. And Andros just, like, grabs a cup and something brisk to start the morning off.
Oh me a D100. One hundo. Oh, this dip fucking sucks.
64.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
oh.
Tell me when you start drinking it. And no, I don't mean sipping, I mean drinking.
Oh, Andros is a sippy boy. He does not chug his drinks.
And all you really get is a pleasant kind of almost cinnamon flavor.
While he's doing that, Yvel's actually gonna. There's a bar stand in this place, right?
Yeah, there's a bar.
Yvel's actually gonna approach and ask for one of her teas to be brewed, if that is possible.
Just correct me if I'm wrong. Did you give them these teas?
Yeah, I'm giving them the teas as well.
Okay.
1 second, I'm checking for the tea names. Oh, because I gotta have them written down somewhere.
You watch as... Yeah, okay. So, think about what tea you want and I'll describe how it's being made. So, you watch as the surface of the bar top, this thick dark wood, immediately becomes alive. And unfolding from it are various, like, arms that are cut off at the elbow that pass your mug, your tea bags, and whatnot along as they slide it down and around the bar, tossing it and catching it till they get all the way around to the back room. And you hear immediately the sound of boiling water. Shut up. Which tea are you brewing, Yveld?
I'm looking. Where is my... Okay, I am going to get the, I'm gonna brew the port acid bronze. No, I tried them. I'm gonna do the Yolders one.
Yeah, the oldest one's the one we haven't tried. Okay.
Yeah.
So, eventually, it comes back, and usually tea has steam coming off of it. This mug has none, and you're kind of concerned, like, is it cold? And as the hands across the bar top all pass it back and forth among one another, you watch as one of them tosses the mug, the liquid comes out before another hand catches the mug, catches all of it, and trades it back over to the next one. Before eventually it's slid down to you, to a stop with one final hand before the bar top just goes inert and melts back into just seamless wood. And you look down, the liquid inside this mug is concerning for a tea. It is alarmingly like glacier blue. Like, and you see at the edges where the liquid meets the surface of the mug, appear to be little kind of ice crystals forming.
I'm gonna roll something for Yvold. Yeah, okay, Yvold is going to thank the thing behind the bar, and is gonna also take and just stand near and it's just gonna take a very tentative sip. Like, oh
Is
god.
it, so question, does Yvel like peppermint?
Yeah.
So when you were, as a kid, you know, in the real world, if you ever did that thing where you took like a pack or two of extra like peppermint gum and just put it all in and just sucked in the
Oh
air,
god.
it's
that
like
is-
that, but a
oh.
little bit like lesser in intensity. It's a very cool minty flavor.
Is the tea actually cold?
Yes.
Huh. That is okay. That is certainly interesting.
However, when it hits the back of your throat and continues its way down, it makes you feel warm. If you'd like, you can roll me history or arcana or survival of those three, if you want to discern anything more about this tea.
Oh, I'm going to roll.
Yeah, fuck
Sorry,
that
what
Port
are my
Acid Run
choices?
shit. This is some real shit.
This is the real shit.
History, arcana, or survival.
I'm gonna roll history. It's a 19 plus 7. 28.
28. Yalda's Peak is a large mountain and is deep in the far north. Assumedly so, most peoples that live there probably need things that keep them warm. So there might be something magical about this tea. Again, you can't really discern it unless you have Identify.
Wait, do I? I don't. I
Also,
do.
don't think you want to waste a spell slot on a tea, but maybe you do.
It's a ritual now.
You can do it as a ritual.
If I
If you
have
have it.
identify, which I don't. Why didn't I take that? It's weird. Why didn't I take? Okay.
So, with that being said,
Actually, just one quick thing. After realizing that, this tea just remains cold, I guess, and his drink is apparently you should drink it cold. Yoel's going to empty the water skin that's contained wine, I believe, for a while now. Kind of rinse it out if there's somewhere to rinse it out, and is going to ask to hand over some more tea to the bartender, and is going to ask if this tea can be brewed to like fill the water skin.
there's no bartender. So, if you want to
There's
speak
just
this
a bar.
aloud like you did last time.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. My bad. Sorry, I got.
No, it's all good. So, there's the attendant who's behind the receptionist desk.
Yeah.
There's no bartender.
Okay.
And again, once more, the countertop becomes alive with hands. This time, instead of humanoids, they bear much more resemblance to lizard folk and dragonborn hands. And you look, and down at the other end of the bar, there is indeed a dragonborn. And you think that maybe it responds in activation to the person at the bar. Maybe you could try and break the physics engine with having multiple races at the bar. You're not quite sure. And yes, in time, enough of it is brewed to fill a little water skin.
Yippee. Yeah, but with that, Yoel is just gonna wait for Anders to finish his drink.
Oh, I'm taking this to go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to drink it here. You're just going to walk around Erevar with a glass?
Yeah.
Weirdo.
What are you going to do with the glass once you're done?
You know I stay here. I'm going to bring it back.
I mean, if you mentioned the tar hands do pose some dangers, you're just gonna carry the glass with you?
What if you die? That's gonna petty theft is so much worse.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I fix the glass and then bring it back.
That is a fair point. Yeah.
We just pay for a new one like a regular fucking person.
No, I'm
Nah,
not.
fuck that noise.
Well,
They're not
I'm not
regular
paying
people.
for anything.
Oh, I know, motherfucker. Right. So, eventually, you all continue out of the Celestine and
Yes.
to wherever you wish to go.
We're
Okay.
heading to the tar. Oh, and Yoel's following Andrus.
I'm following him too.
Andrus leads the way.
Okay. So, again, it takes you quite a large amount of time to actually get there, but eventually you do. All the way to the Tarhan's district. In similar vein to before, you do see that there are a multitude of guards about. However, people look to be actually flowing to and fro from this district today. You don't see the guard that you had a conversation with last time, because they all look alike. You know, much akin to the knights from Lord Farquaad's dominion in Shrek. Apart from
That's
the
such
one
an
homie.
odd example to use.
I can only remember that one scene from Shrek where he bullies on like 10 of them. Anyway,
I get it.
No, I get what you mean, but like, such a specific example.
here's the thing. You're essentially in this giant industrial district.
Mhm.
Here and there are large warehouses and factories, the contents of which you cannot ascertain. But crammed in between all of this, kind of almost squeezed and choked, are these very slim, narrow, terraced houses that pack upon each other. So none of them follow any set like block pattern. They're all just winding streets. And Andros, you would realize that this is much similar to Viraline, which is the outside of the wall shanty town that has become essentially a part of the city in its own right from just decades upon decades of construction. It's a very claustrophobic, cramped feeling place, and there is a healthy layer of smog, smoke, and various other such gases that partially block the sun from your view. As you continue your way through various alleyways, narrow streets, and whatnot, Nerevar isn't really all that it's cracked up to be. It's a great city, but where there is greatness, there is also terror. And as you continue, you see various oil spillages, and then you start to see the products of the acid damages and spillages that occurred supposedly the other day. Here and there are these giant scoring, seeping marks that scar buildings and pathways and roads and piping and whatnot. All those that look important have been hastily patched over and repaired. Maybe not even by Nerevar's own guard. Andros, I would like you to roll me, I'll say, survival check or history if you're proficient in it.
I am proficient in neither, so survival it is. That is a 6. 5 plus 1.
It takes you guys a very, very long time to begin finding these stretches of catacombs. Eventually, your travels take you along the riverside, and you see various boats and barges making their way up and down, along with some kind of scaled, finned, horse-like creatures. You could roll a history or survival check to discern what they are.
I'm gonna roll history unless someone's like super proficient in survival. I don't think that's any of us.
I have a +8 in history.
Oh, you should roll then, because I have +7.
Can I roll DM? Can I?
Of course!
Yeah,
That's
why'd
a
you say it so
fucking
weird, Willow?
11.
For a total of?
11.
Like,
That is a 3
Okay.
plus 8, my gamer.
These are like resplendent, magnificent creatures covered in these rainbow scales with when you see the flesh underneath, it appears to be kind of an aquamarine in color. These are hippocampi, which essentially are aquatic horse-like creatures you'd commonly use for transport in Kirkias Mar by various denizens of the sea, lakes, and rivers. It's a little bit concerning that they're in Nerevar's river, which is not a large river, but they are there, and you do see on the backs of them saddled up are various tridents, locaths, sea elves, and so on and so forth. People that can take being underwater.
He just kind of raises his eyebrows as he says, "Wow, I only ever read about hippocampi. That is spectacular."
those they look so, they look incredible. Yeah, Evil's just like watching the hippocampi. It's like actually slows down just to like walk next to them approximately.
Yep, and upon your long foray into the Tarhans to find the entranceways to the catacombs and your detour to look at hippocampi, you eventually come across what looks to be a out-of-use public toilet, a bathroom.
Okay.
Long since windows boarded over and the lock on the door chained. Andros, you realize you were here a couple days prior as well. Like, you've been around a little bit. This is one of the entrances to the catacombs. It's just that in an effort to make sure that guards do not come by and bulldoze this place to the ground, people replace the locks every time they enter to make it look as if it's still out of use. It does lead down into the catacombs itself. From what little you remember, you were told to go to the fourth stall of the men's room and jump.
Okay, I do that.
Well, you need to unlock the door first.
Okay, I cast knock.
You have knock?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we don't have a rogue in this party. They'd feel so undervalued.
I like sneeze and the lock explodes.
Well, what are the specifics of knock? Because I do need to know this.
Choose an object that you see within range. The object can be a door, box, chest, or a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. A target that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred. If the object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked. If you choose a target that is held shut with arcane lock, the spell is suppressed for 10 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah, with ease, the padlock is destroyed, and you are able to swing the barred door open.
So why are we going into a restroom?
Yes, I was wondering the same thing.
Long story, people don't want guards to know this place is still active, so every so often they change some stuff around. This time it's a restroom.
Interesting approach. So do we just go in, or what's...
Into the fourth stall on the right and then jump.
All
Was it the right or the left?
right. You're both going to wait for Andros to go in first.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So, as you make your way into the abandoned kind of
Willow, you're inaudible.
audible.
I do not understand what you're saying right now.
1 second.
You are inaudible.com.
Hello.
That is
Testing.
significantly
Can you
better.
hear me? All right, I don't know what that was. So, as you make your way into the abandoned restroom, strangely enough, there's no smell. It's relatively clean. There are various clumps and scatterings of dust, and you do see various boot prints, all leading to the men's restroom. For all that they might take care to change the locks, they don't really cover their tracks for anything else. So, you are led into the men's restroom, and it looks like your typical affair. Out of you sinks on the right, abandoned stalls on the left. You open the fourth one, and where there would be a toilet is instead a pit with a ladder, an iron rung ladder bolted into the wall leading downwards.
Fascinating.
Why would we be jumping if there's a ladder? She
That was
kinda
my
looks at
question
Andros.
exactly.
For the use of following instructions, I don't know. I'm used, like, with people I deal with, sometimes it's best to just follow instructions and ask questions when the gold is in your hand.
I would really prefer not to jump into a mystery pit in an abandoned
fun.
bathroom in the middle of Nerevar. That
Yeah.
sounds like a tried and true way to get injured at least. I mean, I'm guessing the bet is that there is water or something like that in the bottom. Actually, if I was going to approach the edge of the pit, and I'm gonna cast Dancing Lights and try to like send in a light for into the pit just to see what the fuck is down there. I 1 second. It's essentially these blobs of like this phosphorus seaweed that appear and kind of try to reshape themselves into something more like solid, but still remain as these blobs. How far can dancing lights go? 120 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so as it continues down, it just appears to be a long, long ladder.
I think I'm going to stick to the ladder for this one. I have
Yes, I
something
don't-
prepared in case we
I don't
have
fancy
to
breaking my legs.
jump. Oh, I have something in case that we do end up, well, falling. But I would prefer to just climb down. You're welcome to jump. I'm just looking at you.
Fuck it.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll get to
heal.
that in just a moment. Andros just leaps.
You're both going to like crouch down next to a pit and listen for a sound.
You hear nothing. We'll get to Andros in just a second.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I really hope he didn't just break all of his bones, because that's our contact for the job.
I don't have any way to contact him.
I'm going to try to cast message.
How far is the distance?
120 feet. You'll kind of just like twist a piece of copper wire and kind of start saying, Andros, this is Yvette. Can you? Okay, nope. Nope. No. This is deeper. This is deeper than 120 feet. Way deeper.
And the man's broken his legs! At the minimum! The shock alone
yeah,
could
probably.
kill him! What was he thinking?
Okay, that's it. Yvette is going to start descending using the ladder.
When you fall, do you scream or yelp?
What?
What?
As your feet go to touch the ladder rungs, you pass through them. They are not solid matter. And you fall.
Bro literally just
Yeah,
said,
Yvette yelps.
She
You know,
just
kinda just
disappear
goes,
into the
"Oh, shit!"
darkness.
She just falls into the abyss, yelping, Oswald.
I like try to reach out and grab her if I can. Can I?
No, because you fall 500 feet instantly in D&D. The minute you start falling.
How far
We'll get
am
to you
I
in a second.
falling? Like this is important because I have
No,
you think
we
I don't
will
have
cut
something
to you
prepared
in a
for this?
second. You can
Okay.
do that in a second. I know what you have.
Okay.
Oswald, what do you want to do? Also, Boris is there. How's he going to get down the ladder?
Fuck.
Boris, come
I'm
here.
so happy none of you are centaurs.
That
Boris
would've
just...
been
Stand right here, and I gesture to be in front of the hole.
moves right in front of the hole, looking at like where you've directed him, just unblinking, unshaking.
I kick him in.
As yeah,
Oh my
And
god!
immediately
I knew that was
jump
coming.
in after.
No.
you jump in after.
bastard.
Okay,
I
so,
got feather fall, motherfucker.
I also have
Well,
Featherfall!
1 second. Andros,
And I can hear
Andros.
him break ahead of time.
Andros.
Yes,
As
yes.
you start to fall, there's an immediate kind of shift in the atmosphere. It's kind of like your ears pop almost, and you're immediately on solid ground. You look up,
Oh.
the hole is about 30 feet up in the air, and you see Yvel and Oswald and Boris up there. But if you try to call to them, they don't respond or hear you. If you wish to pass your hand through the ladder, it does pass through intangibly, but you look to the left of it, and there is indeed a lever. Underneath, what language do you speak, Andros?
I speak Celestial, Common, and Elvish.
In Elvish, underneath it, very small inscription for comedic effect.
What does
This
it
motherfucker
say?
playing games.
For comedic effect underneath the lever. Now, if you would, and you watch as Yvel starts to jump. Sorry, no, apologies. Goes to go down the ladder and just falls, and you watch as she's suspended about 15 feet in the air, just perpetually falling. And then you watch eventually as Boris moves to stand in front of it. Oswald just boots him and then jumps in after him, and Oswald and Boris are immediately right next to you. on the ground.
Oh, that was a lot less unpleasant.
Yeah.
Does Yveld also fall down to the?
No, Yvel is still perpetually falling.
Ah,
Um,
shit.
I'm gonna pull that lever.
You pull the lever, and Yvel, you fall the extra 15 feet. You do not take any damage. You just like fall, like essentially belly flop onto the ground, and you hear this metallic kind of clink as the rungs become real matter.
Yveld just kind of like flops over on their back, just looking up at the ladder, like, why?
The bot died in response to that.
Lamau.
Why? Just I get secrecy and all that, but just like get like points of ladder. Why? Question: Do
Oh.
I see the like the little?
If you speak Elvish, then yes,
I
you
do
can
speak
read it
Elvish, yes.
for comedic effect.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, we're down here, I guess. Cool. How? Gotta walks over, touches the rungs.
It's real.
Huh? Now it's lovely. Okay. So,
If one of you would like to, by the way, you can roll an Arcana check to see if you can discern how this works.
Sure. Why
Only
not?
if you want to. You don't have to.
I wanna. I like rolling. Probably not. That's a 10 total.
10 total.
Yeah, 3 plus 7.
When you opened the stall door, there was this kind of metallic creak that really shouldn't have been there. That's about it.
So, Andros, where now? What area are we standing in, by the way?
It appears to be kind of just a general, almost to compare to the real world, a subway tunnel almost that continues down in the diagonal, just going further in, and you see torch sconces in the walls, long since disused, and above them instead is a strip of perpetual dancing lights, just a soft white glow.
All right. So I guess we're just. Andros, so what exactly are we? We're just looking for people who we don't know how they look like. We don't know their names. We just know they're missing people in the catacomb.
Exactly.
Lovely. Okay, that sounds lovely. Are there any branch offs, or is it just 2 ways?
No, it just goes down one way from where
Oh,
you
it
start.
goes one way. Okay. Well, nowhere to go but forward.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Yvel's kind of
So,
gonna
as you
start going
continue
that way.
forwards, eventually, you will need light. As slowly the dancing light strips start to run out.
Yvel's, once they start dissipating, is going to stop and is going to summon her own dancing lights, which initially they do take the form of the same little blobs of seaweed, and then they do start to form in almost what looks to be these shining coordinate markers, as ones you would see on a map, kind of just float in the air and bob up and down ever so slightly. Okay, this should be enough. I'm going to have to recast this a bit later, but should give us enough light. And Yuvalda's gonna start
I'll
just
just
heading
assume you're
deeper in.
perpetually recasting it.
I'm
'cause
perpetually
yeah.
recasting this every single minute.
That's completely fine. So, as your journey continues, for the next half an hour, you wander subway tunnels. These long, winding things, covered in all sorts of graffiti, and various kind of etchings. You know, just the typical kind of teenage bullshit you could imagine. Teenagers wanting to, get high or other such things come down here. They scratch their name into the wall. Leo was here and all that bullshit. You continue past what can realistically only be described as the average teenage experience and in Nerevar, and move your way down. And eventually you come before a crossroads. And slowly architecture starts to shift away from brick and mortar subway tunnels to something a little bit more cobbled in nature. It's still stone. Here and there now you see various timber beams supporting the place. And you come to a crossroads, just two long hallways which split down the middle, left and right. And I will say this whole time that you've been traveling, here and there, sounds that are kind of too quick to place that unsettle you. There's every now and again a soft kind of and various other such little noises which unsettle you but don't immediately drive you to arms.
Right. I don't know about you. I don't really fancy splitting up.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it does. It does. So, which ones do we go in first? Actually, Veld is gonna cast. Wait, is guidance? Oh, his guidance concentrate. Gonna have to drop the. Is.
If you have to drop dancing lights, I can cast it.
Okay, yeah. Yvel's gonna momentarily drop dancing lights as she puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Lend me your attention." As I cast guidance, and I'm going to could I guess roll survival or something like that? I'm trying to discern if there's any like track marks or anything like that, any sort of indicator if there have been people here recently.
For this, there are three options.
Mm-hmm.
Each one will give you different results, and each one has a different DC.
Okay.
Survival, perception, and investigation.
Ooh. I'm going to take investigation because I'm good at that. That is gonna be a 9 plus 7 for investigation, so 16 plus 1, 17 total.
Okay. You look down the left, and slowly the pattern of the cobbles begins to form a shape. This long, almost oval hallway, where the cobbles meet the walls and go up and around, there are distinct cut lines along them. Not as if like driving your sword into a wall or slashing across it with an axe. These look purposeful. Where the cobbles form and shift, you watch and in your mind's eye begins to play a picture of these long, raked things scratching their way along and around and down across the floors, walls, and ceiling in this spiraling loop. And with a 17, at the end of the hallway, it's just blackness. What languages do you speak?
Oh boy, I speak Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Orc, Primordial, and Archaic Undercommon of the First Era.
You don't understand the language. Because as you your eyes follow the claw, talon, scratch, gouge, you're not quite sure what to call them, marks, all the way around, your ear begins to pick up something, and you both, Andros and Oswald, watch as Yvel kind of slightly tilts her head to the side to better discern whatever she's hearing. And Yvel, you begin to hear this kind of soft, sinister whisperings that are hard to discern at first, just various before they begin to evolve into Skin Madia Sul Maraskandunika. And they very much sound hostile. They do not sound friendly. They don't sound as if they're getting any closer, but they sound like a warning. And you feel from the back of this corridor this slight breeze coming in. The breeze is relative, as the air feels hot as it hits your face before it's withdrawn and then hits your face again. And then is withdrawn once more.
I'm going to back away from that left tunnel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could just see Yvel like go into to the tunnel to the left. For a while, she just stands there, like looking around, looking at the walls. Then she stands very still, and then she very carefully backs out of it, without taking her eyes from the blackness. Says, "I don't think we should go in there. I don't think we'll be I get as weird as this is going to sound. I don't mean to worry, and I don't think we'll be welcome."
Hmm.
I'm keeping that as a last resort, and you'll just jot something down their notebook. What of the other two tunnels?
The only other one, you mean?
Oh, there's.
There's two. There's left and
I
right.
thought it was like a T intersection.
No,
I
it's
thought
just
it was
a
a cross intersection.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a T intersection. Okay.
Not exactly. It's more so you're in this one tunnel and it splits off directly ahead of you into two. It's not.
Well, so a Y intersection.
Yeah. So, the other one doesn't really appear any different, but you see further down as you peer into it, the cobbles begin to give way to these very small square tiles.
So, in regards to actual like tracks or sort, is there anything
Nope.
like human in either of the tunnels? Okay, right. So, back to the group.
What's everyone's passive perception, by the way, just before you continue?
My basic perception is high. 16.
16?
8.
8?
10, I think. Hold on. Let me.
God.
13.
Low wisdom gang.
Andros and Yveld, from behind you, as you've been looking down these tunnels and you start to come back and go to turn around, you hear this kind of low rumbling very far off in the distance as things shift further back from where you came.
Yveld is going to kind of like look into the direction we came in. And how far away is the sound?
Decently far. It's just kind of echoing down the hallways to get to you.
All right. I think it's time to deploy Lump. And Yveld is going to kind of just rub a hand across the palm of the other one, as Lump, the almost owl, appears. Hi, okay. Yveld just picks up Lump and is, like holding him, hands outstretched. Like circle of life Simba style, except for like facing towards him. Okay. I'm gonna need you to go down that tunnel, and I'm going to need to use your senses in a bit. Okay, go. And I'm going to just. It was kind of just like throws him up like you would throw like a dove in a performance, hoping that this thing takes flight, because like if not, it's gonna be very awkward.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna send it down the hallway essentially to see what is up. And once it's significantly far away, I'm going to try to use my link with it. It works for 100 feet.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
like, if I need to like go further into the tunnel where we came, I'm going to do so.
Yeah. So
touching the wall to, like,
you
make sure.
sling him, and it takes him a second. He like starts to plummet slightly before regaining the flight, and you watch as he kind of makes his way off with one final. And eventually you put your eyes and vision through his.
For context, Yveld's eyes just go completely like dull black as he just completely stands, completely motionless.
Yeah. And as you look through Lump's eyes, the place where you came from, you watch as the almost owl takes flight, and it's no longer a subway tunnel. It's these large, spacious, threatening limestone caves. Large, dripping rock formations pointing down from the ceiling. And it's spacious. It is illuminated by some glowing crystal clumps that make their way at the base of these rock formations, but that's about it.
Yuval is going to say, because I can still speak while seeing through lump. I can't hear y'all right now, but there there's caves in here now. They might be limestone. They're big. I don't know where they came from. Are there any people that I see, or any like living beings? They're empty, at least from what I can see. Should we backtrack? I don't know why I'm asking you this. I can't actually hear you guys. I'm going to communicate to Lump telepathically, essentially just say, "Okay, buddy, head back, please,"
Hmm?
and hope that thing fucking listens. As I am going to exit the state and is actually going to turn back to the other two and say, "Okay, so what are we doing?" Because I don't know what's going on in there. He just points to the left, but it can't be anything good. I think something might have breathed on me. Now something was pretty big. There is though a sign in DM. Could given like the little like the sign I saw, could I maybe roll something to try to at least discern what language it is?
Trying to remember the roots. No, not with that
Okay.
one.
That's I don't. There was a plaque there with some sort of sign on it. I don't know the language, and I don't know what it says.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, so are you talking about the right hallway?
The left one with the weird cobble spiral.
That's
And
not a
the
language.
breathing?
That's just a tearing into the cobbles itself and the way they're formed.
You asked me what languages I.
Yeah, for the chanting. The
Oh.
whispering.
Oh, my bad. I thought there was. I got mixed up. My bad. Oh, and yeah, there was a bit of very strange whispering. I do not know what they're saying. But frankly speaking, I don't think they are happy. Whoever's in there is happy that we're here. So I would prefer not to go there at least now, and also unequipped. And oh gods, we really should have purchased supplies. All that. We really should have prepared more for this. So where now? There's weird caves there, and I'm assuming by this point Lump manages to make its way back. Hi, Lump. Yeah, you're just gonna situate. Actually, gotta like pick him up and situate him on her shoulder, just to make sure that like he's positioned correct so he doesn't fall off. So where are we? What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm hoping Andros might be able to help us out. Have a better idea, but I suppose not.
Andres, have you been here before? Like, what's up with this entire place? Because so far, I mean, sure, there's the right tunnel that's empty, doesn't contain any weird whispering, which is which is better than the left tunnel. And then there's a bunch of limestone caves. Do those just appear just whenever? What's up? What's up with that?
I think they were always here. We're just being fucking toyed with illusion magic.
Huh? By someone in particular, or just
Probably. Or just this entire thing is a high level illusion that keeps changing.
so? If we are searching for missing people, where do we have the best chance of finding? My question, I guess.
Is there anything I can roll to see if I'm right that we're just getting like fucking bamboozled with illusion magic?
Sure. Make an Arcana check or History, your choice.
Both of these are a +1. Andros is not a smart man. That's a dirty 20.
With the catacombs, often in your talks with other people to discern where you would find potentially this missing person, oftentimes they would refer to the catacombs as alive. Not in the normal sense of living, breathing, feeling, but certainly intelligent. And there's a reason when you were were given those directions, you were it wasn't spoken, but it was implied the more you think back on it that you're kind of crazy for wanting to go down there. And the more and more you think on it, the more and more you discern it, illusion magic is something that is hard to master. On this scale, for continuous decades, the person casting it would have been found. It's looking more and more like the catacombs themselves retain some semblance of personality from the era that they were constructed. Some semblance of intelligence, whether that is animalistic or personified. I'm not quite sure.
It's also possible that it's not an illusion and it's just alive. Which,
I'm sorry. Did you just say the catacombs are alive?
it's stressing me out too. Don't worry.
You sound very calm for someone who is allegedly stressed out.
It's
Maybe we should leave. Maybe we should leave.
No, I mean if there's actually missing persons here, then maybe it's a good idea to actually look. Okay. Let's just do the safest option first. I do not know about you two. I don't fancy going to weird limestone caves just wandering about them. I definitely do not fancy going there, and you'll just looks at the left tunnel. So right one it is. Once again, I think we probably should stick together for this one, but if we...
Yes, that would be wise.
Yeah. But of course, if, two of you think differently, I'm not going to judge. All right, I'm just going to go, and Yvette is going to actually send in Lump first, with the telepathic command of to move as quietly as possible, and to can I command my fluid to telepathically alert me if it sees anything off?
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, because essentially I want to command. Essentially, like kind of picks up Lump once again, ready to yeet him into flight. Okay, you're going to fly in there. You're going to be quiet as possible, and if you see anything, you're going to stop, and you're going to notify me, because and then you're going to move back to avoid, getting, I don't know, completely splattered into a wall or something. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And you've left goop on my hands. Okay, off you go.
Yeah.
And takes off. The minutes tick by into 5.
Yvette is going to, let it fly further off, and I'm going to continue after it into the right tunnel.
Yeah. There's nothing apparently off. You continue down. And
I'm gonna hold back in that
Okay.
antechamber
all right.
because they're wanting to move silently. And what I'm gonna do, if it's gonna work, I'm gonna need to make some noise.
Certainly.
I've got a thing and that thing is enthralling performance. Do I believe that if I tried, I could see if, like, since this thing is alive, and as we all know, no matter how large a creature is a creature,
Well, it's not a creature, so unfortunately that's
It's
not how
also,
that
I
would work.
believe it has to be humanoid specific.
nope,
And even
does
if this
not have
thing
to
is
be
a
humanoid.
creature, I don't think it
Yeah.
counts as humanoid.
No, it doesn't have to be humanoids, but it is not the catacombs do not count as a creature.
Even then, all things like music, or most things like music,
You hope.
I hope, uh, I'm going to pull out my violin and play the same song I was playing earlier. And just sort of, as I've talked about, and just plays essentially by feeling what's around him. Like he gets into his music, closes his eyes, and everything. I'm gonna put myself at the start. Hold on, let me roll a thing. Pick a die, someone. I just need odds or evens.
Even.
Pick a die.
No, a die.
D4.
D4.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put myself at the start of the left tunnel, and I'm going to start playing, eyes closed, and I'm just gonna walk until I hit something or something hits me.
Absolutely. You continue playing. Do you follow your way down after them after a while?
Yeah.
After no, I'm gonna walk down the left path.
Sorry.
The left. Okay.
I'm going down a different one.
Here, and just start playing the violin in these catacombs.
Assumedly, you're only like nearly
Yeah.
100 feet away.
Yoda's going to, assuming Lump has not like flown too far away, is gonna command him to just wait for a bit, and is gonna just turn around. Do I see? And just start heading to the fucking left tunnel.
Yeah, it's lit enough, so probably.
I'm casting message directed at him. In your head, you just hear, "Are you out of your mind? What are you doing?"
You don't get a response.
I'll just no, I'm kidding.
Yoda's gonna cast message again and say, "And just with all due respect, I certainly know what you're doing. I think there's something alive in there, and I'm pretty sure it's not happy to see us."
If I don't know, I've just
Alright.
got a feeling. I know it sounds stupid, but it's either this one or the middle one for me. It's one of the two that we're obviously not supposed to do. Is the thing we're supposed to do.
There's only 2 tunnels, by the way. Sorry if that
Oh,
wasn't clear.
There's also the limestone cave section that opened up back where we came
Yes,
from.
there is that.
But like this is it's a like a Y intersection actually.
I said crossroads mistakenly. That's my bad.
This bitch don't know his intersections.
Lamau.
Yvette is actively like turning around, kind of like still standing in the right tunnel, like just trying to look. Hands at the ready to like, for like,
Catch
guess
these hands.
just in case shit happens. Yeah. Yvelle's going to cast message once again. He's going to say, "Andrus, I don't know what the fuck you mean because, like, look, some things are not meant to be messed with. Sometimes you need to take a bit of a step back."
and sometimes they are. Sometimes these things are put. What
I
if
really don't think it's one of those times,
What if you're hearing
Andros.
something that needs help and it just sounds monstrous? And now it's not going to get help because it happens to sound monstrous. I'm going down this tunnel. Alone or with assistance, I'm going down this tunnel. If you hear me stop playing the violin, it means that I am done.
Yvel just stands in the right and just like looking out into nothingness. And I just have to let this deep inhale and then exhale. And I'm gonna roll something for Yvel. Oh boy. And Yvel shakes their head and just under their breath mutters, I can't believe I'm doing this. And is going to recall, can I? Yes, I think I can recall Lump. Essentially, like, can I dismiss him in, yeah, doesn't say that he needs to be in a particular distance from me to dismiss him, so yeah, he was gonna dismiss Lump, once again, just slide of the palm, and is going to start heading after, Andrus.
I'll follow you, Velt, then.
He's gonna catch up.
Okay.
And to Andrus, Yvel's going to whisper, if this gets us killed, I'm going to be very upset with you.
If it gets us killed, I'll apologize once we're dead. But I really think I'm right about this.
Andros, I have a question.
Yes.
On that fateful night, what style of music did you play for your viewer?
Something similar. Because it was right after what happened at his home.
Yes.
So a song of heartbreak and just feeling lost.
Gotcha. So as you start to eke your way down the left hall, feeling that same kind of
Before he starts playing, Andros is going to like flip his violin to the back, and he is going to like, I'm assuming I have like ink or something.
assumedly.
I am going to trace the face that was constantly in the book of the Remakath book. I'm going to trace that on the back of the violin, just for whether it be like a good luck thing or just like, hey, if you need me for something, you better not let me die here.
Gotcha. And as you do that and then begin to eke your way down the hall, the breaths coming with a little bit more intensity now, because it is breathing of some form. The being that makes it, you cannot see nor cannot discern. You get about 30 feet down the hall. At this point, that Yvel Nozzle would have catched up with Barra, still caught up. Before only you, Andros, begin to hear from behind, and somehow you just know it's to the right hall. Crackling of flame. So the flames themselves begin to, or at least the cracking of it, begins to shift into this broken up, distorted version of that song you once played.
And it's
And
coming from the other hall.
It's coming from the other one, and your mind essentially reaches a crossroads. Continue down this one with the breathing and chanting in a language none of you can discern, or go down the one with freaky music that only you can discern.
Hey, Lunar, odds or evens?
Odds. Also, Yvelt is going to keep casting dancing lights, except this time, I am going to obviously DM. You can, if you would not, if you don't want to allow this, obviously up to you. Could I? Because I can just create up to 4 of them. Oh yeah, I'm just going to summon 1 of them to like not give us too much light, in case whatever the fuck is down here doesn't like light, but so that we could at least vaguely see.
As the light stretches outward, you see nothing except what was already described. However, upon the floor, there are several indentations which are just filled with water puddles.
Hmm. Uh, Oswald, you had that nifty thing you did back in Brentwyn. The kind of mimes putting on glasses. The your goggles, I think.
Detect magic?
Yes, yes. I think we might actually benefit going around with that, if you don't mind, of course.
I could ritual cast it and, and save the spell slot.
Do we want to spend 10 minutes standing in the creepy hallway while Oswald casts Detect Magic? Is the
You're about to run
question?
back in. You're about to run back into Andros. He's about to head back.
Oh, Yvelle's actually actively like following him a bit behind. You know, this looks like let this dumbass go into the fucking creepy tunnel alone. Like,
Oswald was also following Yvel, so.
yeah.
Horace is
Yeah.
making his way back, and I'm kidding. So what are you guys doing?
We're heading up to Andros.
Yeah.
I'm heading back to them to head down the other tunnel, the creepy music tunnel.
Understood. So, Andros and you guys meet in the middle, essentially.
Did you find anything there?
There's nothing down there, but once I got a bit down, I heard music from the other corridor. So, most likely, it's something. Has to be the moving. But this one was a song that was familiar to me, of a very fateful night. So my good feeling about this tunnel has faded, and I don't know how to describe it, but I need to figure out what knows that song because it's one I made, and I played it for one person and one person alone, and that person and I have been dying to have a I've been dying to have a conversation with that person, but there's went as
Interesting.
far down as I could, shed a little light. I couldn't see anything down this tunnel.
Did you not hear the whispers?
No,
Interesting. Hmm.
Well, we're going to go down with you on this one. We're not letting you take the lead. Considering we came
Oh no, absolutely
back
not.
for you
I think we've
anyway.
established that. I think we've established that splitting up for this would be a bad idea.
yes, of course. It wasn't smart, but it was. I don't think this thing can be logicked through in the same breath. I think this thing has been alive so long, there's a chance it runs on instinct and not trusting your senses and giving yourself up to that feeling of being lost.
Well, even with instinct, anything can, well, logic through with enough effort and perseverance, but sure. So, right tunnel it is?
Yeah, back through the right tunnel. Question for Willow. Was Andros hearing the whispers? Or
No,
was it
I don't think.
just an Eveld thing?
No, it was just a breathing for you. Can't
Yeah,
remember what I said. Sorry for the pausing.
it was something breathing, but there was no whispers down this one.
Interesting. And Yvonne again rubs his palms together as Lump is summoned back in and kind of just points to the tunnel. Alright, off you go. As I'm going to send him first into the right tunnel. Same instructions as last time, okay? You got this.
Again, it can only travel 100 feet ahead of you.
Yeah, I know.
No pings. And as you continue your way down, cobblestones give way to these small square ceramic tiles, much like a mosaic. These aren't patterned though. And eventually you find where Lump has stopped and is repeatedly, softly though, because you did instruct him to be quiet, putting his head while flying into a arched door. As he doesn't exactly have the strength to grab the handle, the handle and pull it back.
Oh, okay. You can stop. Yeah, yes. You did a wonderful job. Yep. You're just gonna pick him up and just put him on her shoulder again.
Okay.
Uh,
The door itself appears to be made of a lighter, almost like a balsa kind of wood. And through the door itself, you all hear the trickling of water, much akin to like a tap being turned on or a water fountain.
Am I still hearing that music?
It's picked up a little bit, but it still sounds like relatively faint. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yvelde is once again going to say to Anders, could you keep the lights up? And is gonna approach the door, and is going to once again tap herself on the shoulder, say, lend me your keen eyesight, and I'm going to essentially look the door over, like, is it locked? I'm mainly checking if there's like any like weird magical shit with it that we should be aware of.
Doesn't
Like,
appear to be.
okay. I'm assuming Lump would not have the strength to open this door. Or at least twist the handle.
No.
Okay. Yvelda's going to just spends a moment just looking at the door. I was just gonna reach out unceremoniously and like twist the handle and like open it.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Die. No. Powered kill. So, as you open the
Roll
door,
4d6.
yeah, as you open the door, you come into this large, spacious, relatively circular room. On the other side stretch two doorways, each creeping up towards the rooftop. You look around, and it is indeed like a room that is made out of mosaic tiles. You see across them are various, not necessarily accurate, but depictions of the gods. Talamon, Rezel Ernine, Ornor, Kraxelvern, Xanathan, Grasimus, so on and so forth. Ooh, apologies.
So it's both the Celestials and the Tarnished.
Yes. Vihar is not on there, if that's what you're wondering. At the center of this room, the floor of this room all leads like at a slight slope downwards to the center. Before it's on a raised platform, you see that there is a singular fountain. It's pushed upwards. It's much more akin to like a sink basin than like a grand fountain that is usually in courtyards and stuff. At the center of this fountain is a statue of the likeness of Talamon. Draped in robes, both palms stretched out to the side but facing upwards. And from the palms themselves come two streams of water which hit the basin, and they appear to be kind of almost akin to like a chocolate fountain, like a revolving loop of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the center of the room, just in front of this place, is a chair. Seated upon that chair, you see that there is a form of someone. You see this silken, turquoise, fine suit on this long-limbed individual. It's a very long, immaculate suit piece, and what you can discern, where they've got their feet propped up, it's these slim, almost tight-fitting pants, which come down to dark boots with the golden cap tips to the toe and the heel. The hands themselves are interlocked behind the head, which you can just vaguely see over the chair. These almost like ringmaster white gloves. The coattails of the coat, where ordinarily it would be two lines on most cuts of suits, instead divulge into peacock feathers. They're lustrous and resplendent. And they're just resting, staring at the statue. And Andros, you know exactly this figure, and I'm pretty certain you would stop dead. As soon as
Oh.
you enter the room, Andros, that music stops.
Oh yeah.
Do they look like they've noticed us enter?
They've not visibly reacted, but you weren't exactly being quiet about entering. Like, you weren't being stealthy, so you can assume that they know you're there.
Yeah, I was just gonna kind of like look at the others and kind of like wordlessly try to like articulate like, ah shit, what do we do?
You look at Andros and you see cold, white, hot rage. Like there's a very clear distaste for this person that is just all over Andros's face.
Erald's eyes kind of like dart from Andros to the individual.
Oswald shrugs.
And Yvel
He's not a man of action.
is going to still keep a lump on her shoulder. Is going to clear her throat and say, hello? I'm assuming, DM, I get no response.
The silence not cover that for you?
I don't know. Maybe you were thinking. Maybe you were chewing on a chip. I don't know. I'm very sorry to, bother interrupt you if that's what we are doing. But we happen just to be passing through.
Well, something tells me this isn't a good idea.
Yolan's going to take a step closer to the person.
Humming stops.
Now, I didn't mean that you should do that.
The
Yola
feet.
just raises a hand, like kind of like not even in a stretching motion, just like, no, 1 second.
The feet withdraw from the fountain, and the figure goes to stand. And you see as they like bend down and kind of brush off their pant legs, appear to unbutton their coat and turn around. And this long-limbed figure easily reaches 7 feet. Long, lanky, lithe. And you see that they're kind of sharp, stretched features on the face. This goatee with a mustache that comes off to the sides, and hair that is just pushed back with rather stylized eyebrows. They come off in sharp points to the sides and appear to have some turquoise makeup on the eyelids. They turn around. Very clearly not a regular person. And you look, there was no need for them to dust themselves off. There's not a single hint of grime or dust or whatever on them.
Andros is going to step back up. Just slowly put back together the Andros calm, collected persona. Ah,
Yola?
you know, peacock feathers are so years ago.
Well, I thought I'd try the old thing on. No, fond
Yeah, it
memories.
still fits. Shocking for
suppose.
all, I suppose.
It always fits.
Hmm.
I feel like we're
Simple
missing
question.
context.
I'll tell you later.
Do you two? I feel like you two know each other.
Uh-huh. You know how everyone has their demons?
Right.
Well, this is mine.
I wouldn't say demon. I'd say more on
I
the
wouldn't
fey
say I
end of
have
things.
demons.
Of course.
Does the voice sound in any way familiar?
No,
Okay.
this is not O. Don't
I'm
worry.
just double checking.
He's in the real world. Kill him. No.
Wait a minute.
Where
Oops.
is Adam with his gun when you need him? Just shoot the bitch.
Now I have the implication that he's not actually in the real world.
No, because you've only seen him in your dreams, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing here? It's curious. Of all the
Oh,
places
this
that
is
would think Catacombs to be your sort of area.
I've always been a fan of the Morning Lord, but I am more akin to. I've forgotten the term. But regardless, I'm always here to see your important events.
Yeah, so it would seem. So you don't just spend your time wandering looking for desperate, hopeless musicians to give your wondrous gifts to.
Desperate, hopeless musicians? No. I can only really recall in recent memory that there was one that's there standing right in front of me. Though, you certainly seem to be enjoying said gift, so I don't particularly understand why there's any complaining.
Because you sent me away from my home. I still have not found my way back. I've spent
My
the last 3 years trying to get back there, and every time I do, I wind up in the same spot. I just can't. What did you do to me?
my
What have you done?
apologies. I didn't realize that we'd be so pissy about it. Your home is nothing more than a pile of cinders and ashes. I gave you purpose, I gave you meaning, and above all else, I gave you opportunity.
I had purpose. I had use. I had opportunity. What you gave me is a semblance of a new face. That is all you gave me. You
Really?
gave me a way to channel magic and a new face. You could be replaced by a makeup palette. You could be
I'm
replaced with a
so
makeup
ungrateful
palette and years of study. I don't want to hear that you gave me grand gifts.
I never said
What I would
anything about
like
Grant.
is to continue on finding these people that are lost down here, which you'd have to forgive me, sounds like your MO. So do you know anything about them, and can I be on my way?
You can be on your way, certainly. The doors are right there. I just stopped by to have a little chat. But as for my MO, I don't recall making people lost. I recall giving them choices. And he spreads his hands to the side, and both doorways are behind. One doorway is behind either one. However, if we wish to be a little bit like a child, how you wish to
You
address
know the
me,
magic
and
you gave me. You know
I'm well
taunting me is
aware.
not fond for many to walk away from. And I don't think it's a fun fate for whatever you are to have an exploded skull, which is how this ends. If you continue on this path, there's no. Your choice is explain what you mean in simple terms, or just leave. I assure you, every time I've seen you, it has been followed by tragedy. So I would like for you to explain whatever choice you're presenting. A new me, of course, because this time I know what I'm getting into. So if you
Raises
would not mind, explain what's behind those two doors, and then you can be on your merry way.
raises a hand. You know, in the times of olden Tessa, Nerva, I forget, they built this place to be at the exact center of the city. I like that. The model understanding of the geometry of belief. But you're not here for history lessons, so I'll continue. I'm offering you nothing. I've made my offer, and funnily enough, it seems that you've accepted. By all means, I can take every single one of those gifts away. But I'd be willing to bet them and him that you're not so fond of that idea. So let's cut
I would
the
prefer if
blatant
you did
arrogance.
not bet with me, but sure. Pardon me. I feel like I'm missing a bit of context here. Who are you exactly?
Dear darling, Andros didn't say. It's understandable.
No,
I'm
we met the day before yesterday.
When
right.
I
And
met
you
with Cassius. Now, I believe the more accurate phrase is Remacath, the mini-face.
something like that. New personalities, new lives, just coats. But right now, Cassius is fine. If you wish to put me on your level.
As for taking back your gifts, there's a certain gravitas for using a curse to bring light to people. So, also, we'll get more in depth of everything. Time? Or should we continue saving the missing people? I don't mean to sound short, but, you know, there is a reason we're down here, and it's not dealing with a glorified face sphere.
The one that wants information from me, you do an awful lot of talking and interrupting as opposed to listening.
If I may, do you have information?
Ask your questions, perhaps I have answers, but I find my attention beginning to slip from this area of
Uh,
Kakisma.
My most sincere apologies on the behalf of Andrus. He seems to have
Don't
something
offer
from personal
apologies for
level
people that
against.
don't wish to give them. It's nothing sort of grating for beings like me.
I
What
prefer
is
to
your
keep
question?
things cordial. You wouldn't have happened to see any people here that were lost or, seemingly unaware of where exactly they were, potentially?
Smile grows. People that are lost. That is extremely specific.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of information. We've been sent down here to look for missing people. We're looking for missing people. If you've seen anyone that looks like they might be a missing persons, that would be appreciated information.
I've seen someone. I've seen something. I wouldn't call it someone.
Well, what have you seen?
Well, it was the corpse of. I believe their name was Lucian Maldacci from the Second Era, though I could be wrong. There was also the two young lovers that had since starved to death, I believe 6 months ago. Oh, and
We're
the topaz
looking
dragon that
for.
makes its dominion here.
I'm sorry, the what now?
I didn't misspeak.
Lovely. Are there. Okay, alright. Let me rephrase this. Have you, in the past couple of days, seen still alive mortals in these catacombs?
I got here about an hour ago.
And in that time, have you seen anyone alive down here?
The catacombs are not necessarily fond of me or my ilk.
Then why are you here?
A gift, a greeting, a message, amongst other things.
Are those all in one or separate things?
Hard to say.
Hmm. You would happen where the to know where the Raxdam project is around these.
Well, do you mean where it is in terms of...
The theater, where it takes place, yes.
No, I know that. I mean more so in terms of what time are you looking for? I could direct you to it. 6 months before it went out of use. 2 days ago.
I would
500
I
years
think
ago.
all of us would prefer to stay in the present if that is possible.
Then I'm of little help. I wasn't exactly there in the present.
Your eyes just dart back to Oswald and then back to Ray McCath. An approximate direction that is closest to our present moment would be appreciated.
Hmm. I like this one. They word their questions well.
I have experience.
Oh, I know.
DM,
Behind both of those doors, and also one of those doors, is your way forward. Just depends on how long you wish to take.
preferably not too long. I don't think any of us are fond of this.
I would keep those words to oneself and one's own head.
I have a question. In this entire conversation, has the keeper reacted in any way?
Not that you can tell.
Is the present, though?
Yes.
Okay.
My little buddy is with me. I'll be fine.
Yeah. I feel like, once again, that's probably cause for genuine concern and possibly even fear, but in this case, nah, that's fine. That's all good. Alright, so you're saying that both doors lead to what we might be looking for. Which one will get us there faster?
What are you willing to give?
Depends what is required.
No, bad way to negotiate. And also, don't negotiate.
I'm
with
not
them.
negotiating right now. I'm asking for what you
Contract
want.
specifications, not negotiation.
Yes.
What do I want? Your smile.
My
Nope, no, no, no,
My smile?
no,
See what
no,
I mean?
no, 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 no. We're not doing this. We're not having this conversation.
oh, Oswald, please, just a moment.
Mm.
So what do you exactly mean by that? Are you talking about my physical capability to smile? Are you talking about the emotion indicated by my smile? Are you talking about the emotion others experience in regards to my smile? Are you talking about my actual mouth? These are... Be more specific, please.
However you wish to interpret it is what I want.
And what will my smile get me?
What you just asked.
Well, I asked for...
instructions.
Do we?
Yes.
We have someone who claims to be from the city, but doesn't really know how to navigate this place, which is no offense to you, Andros. This is a weird place to navigate.
Navigating sort of been. It's a long.
We have two
Long.
doors, either of which can lead us to whatever we're looking for, but gods know how long it's going to take us. And I know how to word my contracts. I don't know. Conscious. All right. I'm going to roll something for... Although I want you to take a look at my common sense roll.
Yeah, that's a net 1.
That's not that's a nat 20. At the
But
time.
DM, you're lying.
No, you're not. I can take. I can. The photos. Once again, I can take a photo. Y'all
Not
want to see?
Brazil.
Vanished.
Not be like that. Child to reconnect. Please. Anyways. Yvonne looks at Rinka and says, "I think I'll pass. I think my smile is pretty." Beams at the individual.
Certainly. Well,
Would you like lump smile instead?
a little bit too immaterial for my tastes.
I wouldn't say he's immaterial. You would like actually lift him up into her hands.
This amorphous blob which is constantly shifting to do its best amalgamation of an owl.
There are feathers embedded in there.
Hmm.
A
I'll
few patches.
pass.
Hmm?
I'll pass. Now, I mean,
Well,
if that
I
is
think
all,
we'll find our way on our own then.
certainly.
Is that the gift, the greeting, or the message?
I've yet to decide. But the message one's pretty clear. Go home once more, you'll find yourself in a land which you cannot escape from. That's not from me, that's from the higher-ups, so to speak.
People who are higher up than you?
It appears
Or
that the
people
courts
who are
have
more
a...
powerful than you? Because, there's a very certain difference. I'm certain there are demons who are considered higher up than you on scales of power, but as we know, they reside on lower planes. Higher up or lower
You-
down?
That is adorable. You still think I'm a demon. Cute.
Oh, under no circumstances. I don't care what you are. What you are is a pain in my ass who happened to give me a good gift once and has continued to take and take and take from me.
I wouldn't be so certain to call it past tense. But no,
Again,
the
a
courts
higher
appear to have
up or
a...
a lower down.
Do you wish to continue talking, or do you want information?
I would like my question answered, is all. Someone who's higher up than you, plane wise,
Close
or
your
simply
mouth.
power wise.
And at that, he just sits and, like, midway through that, sits and just waits. Like a parent. It's very condescending, a parent waiting out a child's tantrum. As soon as you go quiet... Right. Personally, that is not the message, so I do not have to give it. Unless you wish to offer something for it. But no, it appears that the courts have a vested interest in keeping you sane. So the next time you wish to smack away a helping hand, I would deeply consider looking at the face of the person offering it.
Hmm.
There's a step and a turn and they're gone.
Like, gone?
Gone. It's
Okay.
not as if like they like light closes around them. It's just that they simply just stop being.
Anyway, 2 doors. One I'm assuming has people behind it. One I'm assuming has trials and tribulations.
Yvonne
Fucking
just
hate
is
the
like
pay.
looking at Andros, very like curious expression. Right, okay. That was something.
Yeah, it's the first time in years he's shown his face, and it was to mostly condescend. So,
Show his face in the material plane for you.
I'm assuming, based on what he said, he's always around, just never helping. Always seeing, never heard. Which,
Not
if the Fae
unusual.
really wanted to help me, they would not send that person.
I don't know much about Fae. They're not really my area of expertise, so to say. But from what I've heard, they're not exactly the most inclined to help and benefits them. So,
Exactly.
right, okay. I think we should at least peek into the doorways, see what's behind them. So there's 2 doorways in this room, right, on either side?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna check the left one. If anyone wants to check the right one, of course.
I will
Make
check the
absolutely
right
count.
one. I'm a brave boy.
You open them both,
I am
and
like you're only just peeking in a little bit.
yeah, I know. You open them both, and behind is just swirling blue energy.
Okay, there's no actual hallway here.
Oh, shocker.
Hmm.
So you still want to stick your head through, or you want to take a look through door number 2?
Does Oswald see the same thing?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Boris.
Actually, wait, no, don't waste Boris. You'll need to like regrow him and all that again. We have Lump now. I could actually see through Lumps. Well,
I love the creature abuse in this campaign.
I
You
don't
guys are
think
great
he
people.
ha-
He
I actually
isn't
don't know if he has-
sentient.
I'm talking about Yvel, not you.
Lump is vaguely sentient. He doesn't have a free will, so it doesn't count. It's fine. Yvelda is gonna just look at Lump and say, "If this backfires, I'm very sorry." And Yvelda is going to put her hands with Lump to next to the door on the left, and just kind of like push him through. And is immediately going to switch to using Lump's senses, ready to recall Lump into the space, into the interdimensional space, just whenever. Just pocket dimension him out of
Send Lump through.
there, if anything. Yeah.
What happens when a familiar goes more than 100 feet?
Oh, they're fine after 100 feet. You just can't see through their senses.
Oh, yeah, then no.
You also, can communicate telepathically with them.
Oh no.
Unless you have Voice of the Chainmaster.
No, I don't.
Well,
Not
You've
that
also
kind of
eyes once
warlock
again just
asshole.
go completely black for a second, and then her normal vision is back, and she goes, "Oh no, uh-oh, well
Oh, no,
shit."
SpaghettiOs.
You're always gonna like lean towards the surface and say, Lump, you there, buddy? You okay? Oh, he's alive. Oh, that's wonderful.
oh, he's communicating
Uh,
back. Did he come back through the
you-
portal?
You see that his little, fucking amorphous beak is still sticking through the portal, in response to you.
Oh god.
And slowly, the head peeks through to the point where there's just, the large, round eyes just glaring out at you
Oh, there you are.
as it goes in a continuous drone.
I have no idea what you're trying to articulate, and I'm going to assume it's nothing too useful. I'm sorry. Could you try and stay within 100 feet of me? Come on. Back in you go. Try to stay within 100 feet of me.
Immediately nothing. It's the same thing as before.
Okay. Could I? Okay, I'm going to get Lump out of there. If he can't exit the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just puts him back in the pocket dimension for now. Could I roll an Arcana check for these weird blue things?
Certainly.
Ooh, that's an 18 plus 7, 25.
These genuinely just teleports, portals. Conjuration magic makes up them. They go to locations you're not sure. It'll be relatively safe, and Lump at least passed through once or twice, so.
Yeah, but Lump's made of God knows what. Okay. So both of these seem to be portals. Lump seems to pass through them fine. Um, so Andrus, you wouldn't, well, given that you know this Remacaf fellow, you wouldn't happen to know which is least likely to kill us, or anything
Uh,
of that sort, based on what they
no.
said?
No, he's some kind of fae. Likely whatever's on either side is going to try to kill us in
Oh,
fun,
that's
new, exciting
delightful.
ways.
That's great. That's just
Right?
great. Anyone got a coin they want to flip?
I do. Hold on. Odds are even.
Odds.
17. So odd.
Right. Yvel's just going to get Lump once again on her shoulder, and is just gonna go through the left one.
Is everyone following?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I was gonna be a little
Ugh.
cunt, but yeah, I'll go through.
Hey man, you want to stay in here where Remacaf can come back at any moment and just
No, I was
squish
gonna
you?
go through the
And
other
bully
one.
you. And just routinely bully you.
Who said I was going to stay here? I was going to go through the other one, but I'm not gonna be a little cunt. I'm gonna go.
Okay, so, aye. You all come out to the side in this darkened hall. You would need light to see, so some one
Dancing
of your
lights.
chances stand. Yep. And around you appear to just be twisted dead trees that make up the walls and the ceiling of this hall.
It would be right back.
And it looks as if the pathway continues for quite some time, looking down it at least. And that's where we're quickly going to take a 5-minute break because I gotta go to the bathroom. We're right back.
You guys said,
Alright, I'm gonna go put my dinner on then. Don't know how long this is gonna be. Never mind, I can't exactly stop making burritos.
Okay, so you step through, and the hallway is covered with dead and gnarled trees, stretching and extending down this winding path. It is not a straight line. You just open up at some points and form small little groves.
Huh. Okay. DM, is this still like a hallway, or is this just a fucking forest we stepped in?
This is the hallway. Hallway that stretches out into a room. It still has a ceiling. You're still underground.
Hmm. Okay. That's certainly interesting. The portal is like there when we step through, right? It doesn't like disappear or anything like that.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's not. You're trapped. It's there.
Okay.
Must this
Yeah,
place
well,
be so strange?
I mean, most things are pretty strange if you start looking into them. That's kind of just a given. Like, this is certainly intriguing. I have no idea why this is here or how, but, well, honestly, this is preferable than going into a hallway and immediately being met with heavy breathing right in your face and strange whispers in your head. Just saying.
Well, shall we continue?
I think we shall. Yvel's continuing forward. All 4 dancing lights are out to light the way.
You continue and continue your journey. A couple hours pass by. Landscapes shift. Still hallways, still corridors, still rooms. All underground. Wood, stone, marble, everything kind of passes by with a blur. Before, a couple hours later, well, a couple hours is relative. You start to feel a slight bit tired, and the hallway opens out into this large, spacious cavern, of which you can see is a section where if you were just walking normally, need to press yourself against the wall to make sure you do not fall into the gaping pit of which you cannot discern at the bottom. And across the way, maybe 300, 400 feet or so, you see the soft glimmer of firelight.
I fucking heard birds.
Yeah, I heard birds.
Yeah, I'm outside. D&D player goes outside. D&D player
Let's
is
just
back
go
inside.
stock bird sounds.
D&D player is back inside.
So it's essentially this room with like this giant cavern, like in the middle.
The room itself is this giant cavernous area. There is a gaping pit that takes up the majority of the floor close to you, where if you wanted to pass it, by walking normally, you need to press yourself against the left-handmost wall and shingle your way across. And across the way, 300, 400 feet or so, you see the soft glimmer of firelight.
All right. I don't see any other way we can go, and I do see light over there. So I just hope if there is someone there, then they are going to be easier to talk to. Yvelle's going to start shimmying her way. Actually, before I do that,
You don't
How
need to
dark
make a
is it?
check for this. It's not that kind of.
okay,
Well,
just
Boris will, but the rest of you.
Boris, explode.
Funny thing is, if you want to do that, Oswald, you can command him to and just rebuild him.
Would it do damage? If so, wait. You've got a grenade.
It does not do damage.
Oh, shit. Does it make a bright light? You could have a stun grenade.
No.
Does it emit smoke? You could have a smoke grenade.
I'll smoke your grenade.
Oh.
So-
Yeah,
You made your
it
way
is.
across?
yeah.
Cool. Is anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Boris? Oswald, what's happening there?
He follows as he is programmed to do when he is not given a direct order.
Okay, please.
Can I retroactively cast guidance on Boris? Right
Nope.
before. Fuck. Okay.
You're the
fine,
first one
that's
on, is
fair.
the worst
Yeah,
part,
that's
so
fair.
no.
That's fair.
Boris, I need him to make an acrobatics check.
Oh God. Boris is gonna fall into the fucking pits.
Ooh.
Okay. Yveld,
Huh?
Andros, Oswald. You shingle your way across, pressing against the wall, making sure not to lean backwards, and you just hear this as you hear this metallic clanging and scraping as Boris just falls off of a very thin walkway and into the abyss.
Do I know if he's dead or
Oh
not?
shit.
You don't know.
Huh.
When you rebuild him,
I can.
the wings, for sure. When you rebuild him, give him wings.
Actually, hang on. We can
Wings
try
are a
to.
game
Okay.
changer.
I never managed to master wings. Perhaps
Actually,
I should work on the primate next. Something a bit more
Climby.
flexible.
I mean, that could be an interesting thing. Lump, come over here. Gonna summon Lump back into existence. Yeah. Hi.
Oh, are you
Okay.
going to throw
I want
that
you to
into the
fly
pit
down
too?
there. No, I'm not going to throw him.
Offerings.
Kill all
Unlike
of our
Boris,
creatures.
he has wings.
We're going to kill all of our creatures
Yvel
and
actually lifts
sacrifice
up
to
one of the
Rubicon.
wings. Immediately a bunch of a bit of primordial goop just falls into the abyss. Yvel just looks down there. Don't mind that. Okay, Lump. I want you to fly down there. Avoid any danger. If anything tries to attack you or try to trap you, please leave immediately. I want you to look around there for Boris, and shit, does Lump have a sense of time?
How smart do you think this thing is?
I don't fucking know.
Does Boris have keen mind?
It's got an intelligence of 2.
Oh,
Try to articulate how long it takes you to find it. You'll do fine. Just let me know if you when you find Boris, or if there's any danger, please return to me. If you find Boris the metallic boar, the construct you saw here, tell me. If he's still moving, tell me.
so
Try to you'll figure it out.
Yveld, as you like go to do it, Andros, you look, and Lump has look at his large eyes, has been like nodding along, and just looks at you with the most "what the fuck" stare that this thing could possibly come up with.
All right,
This
off you go.
slider-
Don't crash.
And you hold out your hands, getting ready for him to just take off, and he just takes a singular step off of your hand.
Oh God.
You hear this faint.
Does he take? Please tell me he takes fucking
You're not
flight.
sure.
Oh,
I
boy.
did order him to fly down there.
You did. We'll see.
Yvel just stands on the ledge,
Hold on.
just
Roll a D100.
looking down into the pit, just like kind of like,
Let me roll Lump's D100.
oh God,
Okay, yeah, he's not that stupid.
thank God. Hope not.
This is all for jokes. I'm fucking around. He does what you command him to. So, you hear the faint sounds die off.
Okay, so it is deep enough that at one point I stopped hearing him.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What do you want to do while you wait?
I'm
So
going.
how? Okay, how far from the other edge of the room, like this area, is Yveld when they decide to send out Lump?
I imagine like right at the edge of it, right?
So pretty close to the other side.
Yeah, no, you're like you're across the walkway. You wouldn't be able to like turn around and stand.
No,
in the
I
walkway.
mainly was thinking of continuing crossing on the walkway.
Oh no, you finished. It's
Oh,
only that
okay,
one part.
okay. Yeah, Yvel just kind of sits at the ledge, just patiently gazing into the abyss.
Andros
She wants-
is erasing the sigil of Remacath that he put on the back of his violin. He's like smudging all the ink. They're very like. Andros has went from very composed adult to very petulant child very fast.
After a bit, Yveld is actually going to cast message to Andros and say, how long have you been dealing with that thing?
Years? I don't know. Time's weird. It's the first time I've actually sort of seen him since the first time we interacted, though. Aside from
After
in the library at Fellwinter's, I kind of looked into Archfey and found something like him. So, whoopee, I'm
interesting.
back to looking at him.
If you don't mind, and Yveld actually does it after that dismiss message and continues speaking. If you don't mind, after we're done with all this, I do have a couple of questions to ask you.
I can answer them as best I can.
That's, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Just goes back into looking into the abyss. Oh, what's he doing here?
Shut up. Continue the session.
I support the Golden Council.
Ew.
As
Actual fascist sympathizer.
as you're
What?
looking at Andros, like a few things are changing back and forth. Like kind of like when you've got a DVD that's scratched and it keeps like replaying the same frames. It is the face of Andros you've seen before, the face of Remacath that you just saw, and a like vaguely like 5'6", seems to be like half elven girl, delicate features, it just goes back and forth and just like puts his hand to his head for a moment and like squeezes and it stabilizes.
Is your face okay?
I'm
What's
keeping it
wrong
together.
with your face?
Safe to say I'm keeping it together as best I can.
Insight check.
Deception check.
Just a check. Insight check. That's an 8 total. Ay.
I can't lose this. I have a +8. Which is good,
Consider.
because that's a 2. I got
Oh.
a 9. I got an 8. I got a
Oh
10.
god. You just kind of. There's their eyes and says, "Oh, okay, if you say so."
Yeah.
He's looking to the abyss. How much time has passed?
10 minutes.
Oh god.
Another 5 minutes go by before eventually you start hearing this kind of panicked. You look down and you just see this
Your
the
old welcome
rapidly
lump of
increasing
outstretched.
form of lump that comes back with this cry of
Yuveld outstretch his arms to catch him because.
slams straight into like your throat.
Ow. Ow, okay, ow. We gotta work on your landings. So, what's up? Yuveld is gonna telepathically link to it.
Hello, mother.
Greetings, mortal.
Mother, I crave death.
Mother,
I bring
kill me.
honor.
I crave cheddar.
Kill me. The cheese tax.
I bring news from
Anyway,
the
I'll
wall.
continue. I apologize.
Oh, right. Okay, so, is Boris the construct down there?
Raises a wing and just goes.
Is Boris, moving? Does Boris look, damaged, broken? You know, like you, but worse.
As nods his head.
You have
Okay,
Featherfall. You want to go check him out?
Well,
Boris
that's
walk?
just wonderful.
But Boris can move, but not walk.
And the
Asking a
award
thing
for
with
most
2
help-
in intelligence.
and the award for most helpful familiar goes to.
How much HP does he have, Willow?
Oh, 0. Like literally
So
all,
he's
all the
dead.
thing. Okay, no, okay. Mechanics wise, he's dead, but Yvel does not know that. What Lump has seen is genuinely just like the mechanized remains of Boris, like with the gears and whatnot, still turning and shit.
Oh god, that is.
That's really
terrifying.
it. Like one
That's
leg
like
is still like just moving in a walking motion and kind of going around in a circle. Again, so that's why he's just going. Yvel, any more questions?
Yo just looks at. Just like. I genuinely question your existence sometimes. You know that. I don't mean this as a bad thing, just as a very neutral, objective statement. Thank you very much. Going to get a smarter thing next time. Okay. Just dismisses it. No more lump.
Sound it makes when
Fuck
it
you
leaves
guys.
the fucking plane of existence.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Yellow kind of looks into
Onward.
the abyss, looks back to and says, so I don't think Boris is doing good.
No.
Lump did say it's still moving, but he also can't walk. Doesn't seem to be doing so well. Sorry about your Bora second time.
Yep. Nothing to be done about it. We have to keep moving now.
We can try to salvage the
It's not going to be worth it.
remains. If you say so. Shall we continue onwards? Everyone good?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Onwards we go. You all's gonna continue going onwards.
Okay. You guys. Okay. So as you travel further away from the pit.
Good.
Oy, okay, apologies. This place is much more akin to. Best way to describe it would be one of those caves that's like on a cliffside that's been eroded away over time. Like it's a lot more spacious than you would imagine. Everything around you is kind of cool to the touch. There's not one hint of wetness, which is a little bit odd. Very dry place. And as your feet take you away from the pit, you move forwards, past various boulders and clusters of rock. See here and there again are etchings. Nothing in particular of notes. You know, some tally marks, attempted things that people's names in common. Nothing crazy. You do see here and there are the decayed remains of various bedrolls and fires, indicating that this area seems to be traveled through within the catacombs. And finally, you come to the opening on the wall, which leads further in. But that firelight is still off to the right, about 60 or so feet away. You see it casting light on the wall behind it. Appears to be behind a cluster of boulders of some form. So you could travel further in, or you could go check that out. It's up to you guys.
Let's go check that out.
How far away is the fire?
Like 60 feet.
60 feet. That is less than 100. Yavel once again rushes up home. As Lump reappears. No, Yavel, as Lump immediately reappears, and Yavel's immediately gonna shush it because like, no. Okay, I want you there as quietly as possible. I'm just gonna hear your senses. Okay, come on, off you go. I'm pretty sure he doesn't make noise while he flies.
No, that's just the startup. Well, he tries to take off from your hand. Because he is an owl. Yes, he does
Yeah.
not make noise.
He's got +3 to stealth.
So actually, yeah, that's a good point. You actually feel him to be stealthy, so roll that stealth check for him.
Oh god, I should have guidanced him. Okay. Oh, that's a 16 plus 3. So 19.
19.
And Yoel is immediately switching to its senses.
Okay. As Lump flies forward silently, the rest of you watch and kind of quiet, just marvel at how fast and sleek this thing moves. This little ink splatter upon the cavern walls. Now, it continues forward, and you open your eyes, and there are lumps. You come over the top of this rock and look down. You see that there is indeed a campfire with bedrolls set. 2 backpacks, one by either one. Laying on top of the bedroll appears to be a tiefling woman. She appears to be asleep. And back turned to Lump at the campfire appears to be an armored individual, wearing full plate with a helm and this lustrous orange plume coming off the top of it.
There's 2 people there. A tiefling who's asleep and someone in armor. They've got this very big feather on their helmet. I'm just going to stop using Lump's senses for a bit and just instruct it telepathically to stay within 100 feet, to not go any further. Maybe they're the missing people?
Gods, I
And
hope
just with all
so.
due respect, the more I think about this, the more I'm very confused as to why we are looking for missing people with no actual descriptions of who they are, their names,
Son of
anything
a
like that.
bitch. Something just occurred to me.
Oh?
Rimakath said, the Fae has been trying to keep me safe and sane. Could it be possible they just wanted me/us down here and there's no people at all? Who gives a missing persons case, a missing persons quest, without giving information on the people?
I mean, who takes a
That
job like that without asking?
someone who needs it. That form flickering is back as Andros sort of gets heated again.
Okay, just let's keep it down. Head down there. They're the actual missing people, then you know what, maybe, I don't know. Okay. So I really just hope this isn't going to turn out to be a colossal waste of time. Yveld is going to, once again, dissipate lump, and is going to start heading down there.
Stealthily or very much pronounced?
Not the most, like, she's not, like, trying to make her presence, like, actively known, so to speak, but, like, she's not stealthing. Just, like,
Okay.
but also, like, I guess the thing that I should mention is that they're actively trying to not appear as, like, a threat or anything of the sort.
Gotcha. So scuff boot here and there just to make sure that they know you're coming.
Yeah.
As you approach, you continue forwards, and immediately you begin to hear like quiet shushing. And as you begin to round the corner, Oswald and Andros, are you guys following?
Yeah.
Cool. And as you make your way forwards, you've held in the lead. There's the sound of this kind of not necessarily light nor heavy object that hits the ground with a little thump. Not quite certain what it is. As you go to round the corner, immediately you are met with a sword tip. As you look, and this person, this very slim figure in full plate with the helm, with several slits in the grill of it, is just looking at you. Well, I was not expecting this.
Hi, could you put the sword down?
And you hear from behind him. It's all right. Put it away. Well, and sword just gets cast aside behind him.
You'll just, like, Yvell's gaze just follows the sword as it's flung.
It goes flying past your vision.
Right, hi, you wouldn't happen to be missing people, would you?
Missing people, or we are people that are missing? I'm confused
No,
as to the wording. Who are
okay,
you?
no,
Why are you here? What do you want?
So, my name's Yveld, this is, Oswald, Andros here, who was initially hired by, what did you say her name was?
Yep.
Interesting name.
Give me a hot second.
Oh, is that the surname? Are there hyphens in there?
Yeah, but give me a hot second. Wonderful name.
It is
Yeah, her name
hyphen.
is, give me a hot second.
Renee Tensorn.
Deception check.
What? No, that's true.
He said, "Who are you?" And you said Renee
No,
Tenzor.
we introduced.
I'm zoned out. I apologize.
Introduced everyone here.
Okay, that's my bad.
Immediately.
Sorry. Please tell me the context of why you're saying Renee Tenzor.
Because
Yeah.
I asked Andros
Don't ask her who
in
hired me.
character
Okay,
who
that's no. Sorry.
to remind
sorry.
her who what the name
Apologies.
was.
Apologies. I thought that's the name you were introducing yourself as, because I zoned out. That's my bad.
That's on you, bitch. That's not on me
Man,
or
it's
anyone else.
1:15 in the morning. Fucking sue me. Okay.
You're the DM. It's your call when to end a session.
You want to continue with this bullshit, Oswald?
You will wind up in
Yes,
Brazil,
you.
don't.
Anyway,
Yeah, that. Yes, thank you. Renee
I
Tessar, apparently. I've
cannot say
never
I
met
know
her.
a Renee.
So you're not people that have gone missing in the catacombs by any chance?
No, we're looking for my legs.
What happened to your legs?
Does he have legs?
Yes, legs.
You found them.
What? You have legs, don't you?
Yes, but they don't exactly work. Follow me. Let's get comfortable. As
That's
he turns
so
away, you
sad.
see at the base of the back, where the like chest plate is, well, breastplate rather. There inscribed is what appears to be a what is the word I'm looking for? Trinity knot?
I don't know what that is, so yes.
I think I know what you mean.
Yes, it is exactly what I'm trying to say. Trinity knots. And this soft glowing white is a Trinity knot. And every step they appear to be taking, this figure, is a little bit more pronounced. As they just gesture for you to follow them and lead you back around.
It kind of just turns to the others, just shrugs, and continues after the guy because, given what Andros has revealed about this potentially just being a scam by whatever fucking fae that he's involved with, Will's just like, well, fuck it, I guess.
Hey. They're involved with me.
Well, that tomato.
No.
Tomato. Yeah, your vote follows.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I follow too.
And you are led around to a campfire where you see that same tiefling woman from before is now sitting up, herself dressed in this kind of light, almost Mediterranean style summer dress, wearing what looks to be a darker, like almost saffron orange, I think I would like to say. I could be wrong. Sash around her midsection. Bare arms that appear to be covered in various henna tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yes, and I have art for this one because it was drawn for me very nicely. So campaign VC chat, this is what she looks like.
Woman
Ooh.
moment. Also, that's not saffron orange.
Oh, fuck
No,
off! I don't really know oranges.
You
that
could have just
is
said orange.
orange. That is orange
Wait, let me-
and or burnt orange, maybe.
That is not burnt orange. Actually, that is pretty close to saffron orange. Never mind.
I don't know what a saffron is, so
It's a spice.
Anyways, as you are
Uh,
led around, she is just sat cross-legged by the fire.
Hi.
Hello.
how do you do?
Well, all things to be considered, though, the weather is terrible down here.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
I mean, there's really no weather to
I know that's the point.
That's the joke.
y-
You have found it. You have found the joke.
yes, I'm aware. You'll just
Please,
sort
by all
of
means, take a seat. It's
So you're here looking for their legs?
no, he's being an idiot. We are looking for a magical artifact which can supposedly help with such the conundrum.
Ooh,
What is the conundrum at hand?
what is the artifact you are looking for?
Well, it is a wonderful story. So, I was sat astride a horse in a jousting competition, as people are prone to do so, knocked from the horse in a bout, and I ended up skirting the railing until some nasty little stable boy of some form, I would assume so at least,
Okay.
left a catch in it, and it caught my spine. Not very fun, not very nice, and I was in rather cheap attire at the time, so not the most protected, and now I don't have best, and kind of bangs his hand on the plated legs, use of these.
Oh, so you sustained spinal damage. I know you're looking to fix that with magic.
Yep, certainly
Have you
something.
just gone to a healer?
I don't.
I admit, it sounds like an obvious answer, but
Well, for one, Ophidia and I. Oh, apologies. This is Ophidia. I am Saint Germain. You can just say Germain. Germain's fine.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
pleasure.
Now,
Music is very intense for this moment.
it is, but unfortunately, we are still in the
Oh,
catacombs.
Ophidia. That's a cool name. Damn. I like that name.
Now, I must admit that would be first on the list if they would let me in. I'm not exactly the most well liked.
And why is that?
And at this point, Ophidia cuts in. Because he, amongst other things, decided to get drunk one night and pissed upon a statue of Telamon. Well, in my defense, it was not one of my most brightest moments. But I figured, in this drunken state, you know, Golden Lord, golden showers. But admittedly, hindsight is 2020.
I mean, yes, that is that. I can understand how that would be considered humorous in a drunken state, actually.
I
You haven't happened to see other people down here? Would you have anyone else other than us and each other?
The labyrinth, the catacombs, sorry, Altam. The catacombs themselves are not the most helpful even in the best of times. But if we can help you at all, I mean, I'm something of a healer. If any of you have sustained any injuries, I could help.
No. I mean, us three are fine. Arguably the only one who's taken well, let's just say taken some
You don't need to know
fallen
about
from
all
great
this.
heights. Fallen from great heights. That's an appropriate way to say it. Is well, not
Certainly sounds like a
organic.
quest. I mean, if you need help, I'm more than happy to lend my
Are
assistance.
you good at climbing down sheer surfaces?
Into an
I
abyss?
think I have some rope. 1 second. And it
How
goes
And
digging
much
for
that's
rope
his
just
do you
going.
have?
goes digging for his
And
pack,
that's
and immediately a video like cuts it, and it's just like, Jermaine, we've been over this. You can't do strenuous activity when I need to reapply the rune for the 7th time. Yes. But if they need help, they need help. I'll help.
Oh no. It's really fine. We're just probably gonna get him back on our way back.
See him like he's turned around with like a coil of rope in one hand and a bunch of pins in the other, with like a hammer kind of wedged between the
Probably already
fingers.
dead.
And immediately, like, you saying this, Yvonne, head just gets like downturned.
He's also not alive, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Should have led with that.
I did mention he's inorganic.
The metal people,
Well.
I'm sure.
I don't think
Confused
so.
expression on Ophidia's face.
I don't think there's metal people.
There
I've never
could
seen a metal
be.
person.
That might be the
mean, he
next stage,
made
I don't
one.
know, but at this point, no, he was not a person. He was an automaton, and I can
Oh.
replace him.
Well, yes, but he's arguably the only one who's actually sustained any damage of us. All the rest of us are doing fine. None of us fell down the pit. So, how long have you been down here?
I believe it's been about 2 weeks or so. We've been traveling for quite some time.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
Well, 2 weeks catacomb time. That's a little bit different from top time, at least I've been told so.
Better question. What year do you think it is?
The meta question.
No,
No,
fuck,
he's-
he's asking that.
A, I want to know the
Barely
year,
smart.
and B, I would like to see if, or what month do you think? What?
So
What
so
is the
yeah, so
date?
it was meta
What do you
question.
believe is
What
the
year do you
date?
think it is?
I'm trying to see if they've been down here for longer than they think they have.
I'm not the greatest with the months, but I'll say, hazard a guess, 3E703.
Is that accurate?
That is the
Yep.
year currently, yeah.
Okay,
All right.
just making sure.
No, we're just. Yeah, we've encountered a bit of rather strange things down here. There. Yeah.
Yes, it's not the most appealing of places, I must
I
admit.
thought it would be much more, well, I don't know, orderly. It's just, cities get built on top of the ruins of their old selves all the time. I just thought it was more so like that, just a bunch of old corridors and ruins.
Nerevar's never really been the greatest at doing the norm.
Hmm, I suppose not. I'm not from here. I wouldn't know.
Well, then, it appears we're all, at least if none else, that you're from here, in the same boat. Tell me, you wouldn't have happened to heard of an Axor the Defiler, would you?
Have I?
Nope.
Have I?
Nope.
You can roll me a history check. Easy's high, though.
Ooh.
Well, does that beat a total of 28? Because I rolled a nat 20.
There's a very, 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 very vague story in the back of your mind of some old children's book of legendary dragons which roamed the land and which dominions they laid claim over. Axor the Defiler was known as such in this tale, at least in the children's tale, but mind you, so probably some things have been rewritten, for how he devoured and consumed various sweet treats. Axor the Defiler is a genuine name, supposedly of a topaz dragon in this book, but the rest of it's probably not accurate, given that it's meant for kids as a bedtime story.
I've only heard of a bedtime story with a character who was a dragon by that name.
Well, here's hoping that we get a lead at some point.
Why are you? What is that? I've never heard of just such a thing.
Well, as I've been told, magical dragons, magical. Are all dragons magical? Yes, they're all magical. Right.
Yes.
Anyway, well,
They
dragons. Sorry for cutting you off. Dragons are horde collectors, and as much as I would love for a new sword, and he gestures with one hand to like he's holding a rapier, and then realizes he threw his one.
Just wordlessly points in the vague direction where he flung the sword.
Looks down his hand and then pulls out a knife. A new sword, or a new set of armor. Hand goes back over the plume. We need it for the knocks on his chestplate again. The legs.
And so this Azor, was it that name?
Axor.
Axor the Defiler has the artifact you're looking for to fix your injury.
My understandings of various rumors and stories is that it is something which can constantly give off similar benefits as to a greater restoration spell. I'm not the most liquid right now in the way of funds, nor am I even that experienced, so I could not do that. The best I can do is runes, which are only a temporary fix. The more and longer they get applied, the quicker they deteriorate. So, hopefully that this will help us out in the long run. At least for a time until I can come up with a permanent solution.
I see. And this Axor the Defiler is here? Just...
Supposedly, he went down when Nerevar was constructed, though that was in only one text, and the rest of the page was torn out. Fun. Sorry.
What kind of dragon is he supposed to be?
Topaz.
Oh, huh. Yeah, it's probably down here. We met someone who was very knowledgeable about this place, but um, we chose not to pay the visit fee for the information. Let's just say that.
Well, seems like you're quite right to do so. I personally wouldn't give anyone anything in this place.
I mean, I considered it, but well, uh, making dealings like that is an iffy and complicated process and should not be done spontaneously on the spot. In most cases.
Yes, that is, one for the gods, as it were.
Hmm.
With that being said, if you would like, you are more than welcome to rest if you've spent the day traveling.
Well, I mean, how long have we been moving around, actually?
At
Many
your
hours?
guess,
How many
6 to 10 hours.
Yeah, hmm. 6 to 10 hours? I was gonna turn to the rest and say, I mean, we could stop here for the... God, so it must be evening by this point.
A little rest can't hurt.
I was thinking a big rest as well, maybe.
Yes, sleep schedules are for the weak.
No, well, no, it would be, by my estimate, it's probably been about maybe around like 8 hours or so. It's probably nearing evening, so it would actually be quite the opposite of keeping to a sleep schedule.
Hmm.
Which the two of you need.
I'm fine to keep going.
I mean, I don't know. I can keep going if we need to. However,
We know
if
this place is here. Should we wait and come back when we need it? Because I feel fine.
insight check. 15 total.
Ah, give me one moment. 26. Andrews feels
Eesh.
fine.
I mean, I don't know, but once again, if we were to take a bit of a rest, I could well try and sleep and ask for advice at least. Because if, well, let's just say if this is a situation in regards to potential secrecy and well, these missing people, if there are any, I might be able to figure out if there's actually anyone down here. But I would need to sleep for that. And I don't know for how long that would be. I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. But it's really your call. If you think we should keep moving with them, I'm ready to keep.
I mean, should you all require it, I'm more than able to keep watch.
Oh, it's not even about watch, it's more so about time. I don't know how long this is going to take. Could be an hour, could be 8.
I mean, 8 hours doesn't sound so bad. I wish I could sleep that long. But, if you don't want to rest, then by all means, just sit a couple moments.
We probably will. So,
Yeah.
Andres, how about do we want information in regards to if there's anyone actually down here?
Very badly to where we know if we need to continue. Wasn't there
Alright.
another thing up towards the top? Wasn't there another path up towards the top? And we came down this way?
Yes, there's a entranceway that goes off to a location of which you do not know, and then but you decide to come over here.
Yeah, the other portal door.
No, not a portal, it's an actual
Oh.
door.
Oh, okay. But like, you said there was a portal on the other side of it. Well, no?
Okay, if you go
guys
if you go
want
back
to
through the portal, you're
Yeah.
back in the room with
Yeah.
the two doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one is also a portal. The other door. Yeah, that's what I was at.
If you
you
guys want to rest,
You have
I'll
traveled for hours here.
check
Yeah.
this place
How
out
did
and
this even
then
work?
come back.
Oh, sorry, I just. Yeah, could you repeat that?
If you guys wish to rest, I can check out this other door, come back at the first sign of danger, and
I
then we'll all calm down for a bit.
don't misunderstand me, but you did immediately decide to walk into the weird hallway, even though I told you that, hey, it was weird, probably shouldn't look at it, and didn't not stop at the first sign of danger, so maybe we should rest.
Danger was the music, and I stopped and we went that way.
Look, I've
We
been walking for
found-
hours. If, depending on how it goes, try to wake me up after maybe about an hour. If I'm out, then I don't know. But
Okay.
hopefully this is gonna give us some information. Yoel's gonna just like lie down on the floor, just like ramrod straight. Close their eyes, and is gonna attempt to sleep in here.
Absolutely. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna plop an arcane cortex somewhere in a corner, and I'm just gonna curl up in my sleeping bag.
Andros?
I'm gonna go check out that other door.
Okay, just to clarify, it is a like 2 to 3 hour journey away to get to that place.
Up the thing where we met these people?
Yeah,
Wasn't
you
there another
traveled for
path
hours.
up there? Oh,
Yeah, so
Oh.
from the portal, you've traveled for hours to get here.
no. Yeah. Fuck it, we'll go to sleep.
Okay. And as you all either drift off or go to talk to other beings, Oswald, as you go to sleep and your vision begins to go black, you just hear a perfect. And that's where we'll leave tonight's session.
I don't care. I'm hungry.
I've doomed us all. Maybe